Thanks for joining us. It is Tuesday, November 8th. Live from Seoul, I'm Han Daeun. Just 6 days after tapping a new prime minister nominee, President Park Geun-hye withdrew the nomination, giving the parliament the option to propose its own candidate for prime minister. She made those remarks during her rare visit to the National Assembly for talks with the Assembly Speaker this morning, a move seen by many as part of her efforts to handle the abuse of power scandal sparked by her longtime confidant, Choi Soon-sil. Let's now connect to our Song Ji-sun at Cheongwade. Ji-sun, it seems like the president has fully accommodated the opposition's demands.
You're right, Dan. President Park Geun-hye has accepted the opposition party's demand to withdraw her nomination on the new prime minister. Meeting with National Assembly Speaker Chung Se-kyun, she said she will give governing authority to the new prime minister nominee recommended by the parliament.
국회에서 여야 합의로 총리의 좋은 분을 추천해 주신다면 그분을 총리로 임명해서 실질적으로 내각을 생활을 나갈 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
Now, their meeting only lasted about 13 minutes, but that was enough for the president to express her intent to fully accept lawmakers' demands in order for state affairs to carry on. Assembly Speaker Chung said that lawmakers would work together in a bipartisan manner to find a qualified person to fill the role of prime minister, while President Park pledged the new prime minister will be guaranteed full authority over domestic affairs. Both of them acknowledged the crisis Korea is facing, with President Park calling on lawmakers to help the government tackle the economic challenges confronting the nation. President Park had been seeking to arrange a meeting with political party leaders, which did not happen today, as opposition party leaders refused to meet with her until she agreed to withdraw her nomination of Kim Byung-jun. The presidential spokesperson said that the office will keep on working to try and arrange that meeting. Daeun.
Thank you, Ji-sun, for that. The reaction among the rival parties to the meeting between the president and the Assembly Speaker was mixed. The ruling Saenuri Party said the president's message was clear and she demonstrated her will to overcome the current political crisis. It also criticized the opposition bloc for what it said was a lack of cooperation. The main opposition Democratic Party of Korea said the president was unwilling to listen and her thoughts dominated the meeting instead. The minor opposition People's Party was critical of what the president said at the meeting, saying she wasn't clear enough on withdrawing her choice for prime minister. The Assembly Speaker and the floor leaders of the three political parties will meet soon to try and find a solution to the crisis. The prosecution's investigation into the Choi Soon-sil scandal is picking up ahead of steam, this time raiding the offices of the nation's biggest tech firm, Samsung Electronics. Samsung is accused of indirectly giving millions of dollars to Choi's daughter to support her horseback riding profession. Kim Hae-sung reports.
Prosecutors raided the Seoul headquarters of Samsung Electronics Tuesday as part of their probe into the Choi Soon-sil scandal. It's alleged Samsung may have given more than $3 million in 2015 to a German company, Wit Exports, owned by Choi and her daughter. Prosecutors say Choi used a third of the money to buy a horse for her daughter Chung Yura, who was previously a member of the South Korean national equestrian team. Choi Soon-sil has been charged with abuse of power and fraud by using her close ties with President Park to force Korean conglomerates to donate money to two foundations, Miru and K-Sports. Samsung is known to have donated over $17 million, the most among 53 companies that together gave around $70 million. In addition, state prosecutors are looking into whether Cha Eun-taek, a music video producer who had close ties to Choi, meddled in state-led cultural projects. The prosecution said Tuesday that it questioned a key person, only identified by his family name Kim, late last week about whether Cha engaged in deciding what company would be in charge of a national brand project called Creative Korea. Cha is deemed a key suspect in the scandal, but he's currently known to be in China. Prosecutors have been accelerating their probe to search for new evidence into the activities of Choi Soon-sil and former top aides to President Park. Kim Hae-sung, Arirang News.
It's the final countdown for the United States to pick the next president. We now have our Hyo-sun to tell us the latest developments on the U.S. presidential election. Hyo-sun, when do polls open and close in the U.S., and when can we expect the results?
Good afternoon, Dallin. All 50 states and Washington, D.C. will go to the polls on Tuesday, November 8th. But one village, that is Dixville Notch in New Hampshire, has a long tradition of voting in the middle of the night, and they're known for declaring the result even before the polls open anywhere else. The town, which has a population of just 12 people, began casting their first votes as the clock struck midnight on November 8th, or just a few minutes earlier at 2 p.m. Korea time. All other polling stations will open across the nation beginning at 6 a.m., and will close around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. As soon as the polls close, the projections for each state will be released based on the exit polls conducted throughout the day. And the final results are expected to be out by Wednesday morning in the U.S., but by around Tuesday evening local time, or Wednesday at about noon here in Korea, it is normally clear which side has won. And the winner will be the candidate who secures a majority of the 538 votes in the Electoral College, or the magic number of 270. And the inauguration date for the 45th President of the United States will be January 20th, 2017.
Thank you, Hyo-sun. Keep us posted. And that does it for now. I'll be back with more headlines at 4 p.m. Korea time. Stay with us.